YouTube fam, and thank you so much for tuning in to another video here with Lifestyle with Am So Fab. So first of all, before we get started today, let me just say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for everybody that tuned in to last week's video, everyone that subscribed to the channel. I have been trying for a while to just get to, over a year for sure, to just get to my 1,000 subscribers. I actually said when I posted that video, I wasn't really even expecting it to do as well as it did, because I know which videos here are more popular and which ones I don't really get a whole lot of views on. But to just allow me to just come into your home for another week, y'all, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, and God bless. Thank you. So today I am getting ready to go to a wedding with my husband, and I am going to be doing just like a quick little get ready with me. I actually am a makeup artist and have been a makeup artist for the last 15 years, a professional makeup artist on the side, shall we say. That's another one of those little gifts that God gave me, and I wasn't really expecting it to be as big as it has gotten for me, but I am blessed and I'm thankful for the opportunity. So I also wanted to come and share that with you all today. So before we get started, I wanted to share with you this candle. This is the 96 brand candle. I got this out of Marshall's. It was $9.99. So I have larger candles of this particular brand, and I love that they all look like this. They're different colors, but they're really high end, elevated looking. But I had never burned one. Okay, so when I picked up this the other day, in Marshall's, and I smelled it, I was like, okay, this smells really good. Which a lot of the scents are like heavier scents, but to me, the heavier scents, they carry the furthest. And I have two more of these brand candles. Don't judge me, but I have never burned them. I just bought them because they look so pretty. I burned this one yesterday, and oh my God, even with it being small, y'all, it filled up the room. So from now on, anytime I see a 96 brand candle, it is on and popping. The bigger ones are typically like $20, $24, but they're a whole lot bigger than this. But for $10 and the smell reaches, absolutely amazing. So if you see one of these, pick it up, thank me later. Okay, so let's see, gonna go ahead and set the mood first. Get my candle going. Y'all hear Ginger outside cutting up. Of course Ginger is outside cutting up. Okay, and then, do y'all like these? These are like childhood nostalgia. I am 38, and I can remember growing up Saturdays watching Showtime at the Apollo, and they used to come in a 4-pack, and my mom would buy a 4-pack from Second Save, and me and my sisters would sit and just act like we were drinking something really important out these glass bottles, and I still love them to this day. So cheerio. Okay, so let's get started. So I want to, the goal here is maybe you can learn a little something from me doing my makeup, but I really kind of just wanted to chit chat with you guys. Just want to, for you guys to get a chance to know me, because we did have so many subscribers during that last video. The first thing I'm going in with is the Muron skin prep. I have really oily skin, and so this is the mattifying skin toner. Today's an outside wedding. Yeah, today's an outside wedding. So everything that I can do to prep my skin, I'm gonna make sure that that is what I do, because we don't want to skip any steps, and we want our skin to control the oil. Okay, so I'm also looking down this way in my mirror. And this is actually my first time filming a makeup video on myself, so y'all please bear with me. Okay, I got a lot to learn. All right. So we're gonna let that kind of dry down for a minute. So while that's drying down, um, so a little bit about me. I am a wife. I've been married almost 8 years now, and I have had 4 children, 3 boys and a little girl. This year they will be 19, 18, 10, and 3. So I kind of have like 2 sets of kids, but the youngest is a girl. And I'm just like so thankful that I got a chance to have a little girl, because I don't know, being a woman and finally get a chance to have a daughter, it has been an amazing experience. And then I'm an absolute girly girl, so like I just hope and I pray that me and her have the same kind of relationship that me and my mom have. But I love being a mom, and I love being a wife too. But outside of that, I'm a creative. I'm a natural creative. I love interior design, but I've been doing makeup 14, 15 years now. And then I used to do a little party decorating on the side. Now I save that for families only. And then I'll be sharing it here with you guys on YouTube when I do it. But yeah, I don't do it like that no more. So the first thing I'm going in is this ColourPop pencil in brunette. I got this from Target, or you can get it from ColourPop's website. But this is a $5 pencil, $8 I think it is now. It used to be $5, but love this pencil. Um, it's nice, it's creamy, not a whole lot to say. So yeah, just gonna do a little light feel. And to be honest with you all, I really don't put on makeup nearly as much as I should. You would probably never know I knew how to do makeup, because when I do put it on, it's more like a surprise. Yeah, girl, I know how to put a little bit on. I will say too, when people struggle with brows is probably one of the more easier things to do. But what makes it harder or more easier is if your brows are already groomed, because if they're not groomed, it's gonna make when you fill them in bigger. But if they're already groomed and you fill them in, they'll be the right size. So um keep that in mind if you ever do your brows and you're like, oh, they're too big. Keep that in mind. And then too, brows are um they're cousins, sisters, but not twins. Okay. So after this, we're definitely gonna get into the fall content, but I really want to brand my channel as a lifestyle channel, because that's what it is. Um, so again, this is just one of the parts of my life, and that's been doing makeup. Makeup for me actually started years ago. Actually before it became more popular, thank God, because I was not that great at doing makeup in the beginning. I'm gonna carve out my brows with a little bit of this Graftobian palette. As you see, baby, I have used this thing. I'm digging out of corners at this much, but because I'm a pro, I know what to do. So everybody stay calm. But um it was almost like therapy. It was a little bit of healing for me when I first got into makeup. It was relaxing. I compared it to adult coloring, and I think just doing it as long as I have, um, it's kind of started to turn into a job. So that's why now I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's time for me to really take my talents and use them to do something else. So that's where home decor really comes in for me, and it relaxes me. I enjoy doing home decor, but um, makeup for years has been a awesome side hustle for me. So definitely want to throw that out there. I am a middle kid, and I'm a middle kid in every sense of the word, child. Um, my two sisters, Nicole is my oldest, and then Courtney is my baby sister. Um, I have always been that one. Um, it's taken me still to this amount of time in my life to really just understand, yeah, you were supposed to be different. And not to say that in a bad way, but and then I'm just going in with a little bit of foundation color that I have, because my palette didn't have any brown shades. I used all of those just to kind of blend in the front. But it's taken me up until this point to kind of just realize that God made me different. Um, and that's okay. I think sometimes as a middle kid, you find yourself comparing yourself to who came first or who came last, and I'm I'm understanding that I'm uniquely me. But if I think back over my life, that is how it's been my entire life. And again, I'm learning that's okay. I'm super proud of my oldest sister. She just got her doctorate from Kentucky University, and I'm going to insert a picture. My baby sister, she is raising her daughter right now. She graduated from the University of Southern Mississippi with a degree in criminal justice. My husband's coming in through the garage, y'all. But yeah, they were always really like the uh really, I don't want to say brainy kids, but they were good in the books. Me, we were just praying that I was gonna get to the next grade. Okay, honey. So before I um put this eyeshadow color on, I did just kind of want to blend that in. I don't sit. Oh, okay, so I've got all of that shadow. Well, not shadow, but the creams kind of blended in. And I'm going to be using the Nude Persuasion palette. I really like this palette. My favorite part of makeup is actually not um, wearing a whole lot of color on the eyes. I like to keep my eyes pretty natural and maybe do like a pretty lipstick. I don't know what dress I'm putting on today. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what dress I'm putting on today. But yeah, these are the colors in this palette. And y'all, I'm sorry about that. My husband just came in and started talking, honey. Anybody else husband do that? Because mine do it all the time. But yes, but my sister, she is raising my niece. Um, and just doing well. My mom and both my sisters are out in Dallas, so I'm actually the only one that's still here in Mississippi. But I have really, really, I mean, I like living here. I know sometimes Mississippi gets all kinds of stigma, but I actually like living here. Me and my husband purchased land last year, so hopefully within, I'm gonna say maybe the next year and a half, we'll be able to go ahead and start building our house, and we're gonna be farmers. Can you imagine Am so fab as a farmer? See, I never thought I'd be able to too, but the older I have gotten, I am just all for peace and simplicity. Honey, we're gonna have cows, we're gonna have chickens, we may have some pigs. I want to sit on my porch and rock. Like, I want a nice home that I can just sit in and finish raising my children and, relax. And I love to create content. I love to make memories. I can remember growing up and watching the Women of Brewster Place, Fried Green Tomatoes. Oh my gosh, Steel Magnolias, the original. Like, just all of those things with my mom. And just, she was a single mom, but God knows I love her and I appreciate her so, so much, because she taught me so much about just being a woman. And I feel like even with the home decor, the reason why I started doing home decor was because back in the day, it really wasn't a whole lot of places to shop for home decor. It was either like service merchandise, the catalog, or what is it is on the tip of my tongue. It was service merchandise or home interior. So my mom used to do the home interior parties. She used to help host. She could kind of get that discount. And I remember being the only one of my mom's girls sitting in the living room, honey, watching the home interior party. Because I was trying to see the artwork. I remember my mama having a curio, and she was so proud of that curio, and she had all kinds of black figurines in that curio, and she dusted it and she kept it clean, and just she loved that curio. And I think that's where my love for home started, with her, and just what she instilled into us. And we didn't have a whole lot, but mama definitely made sure that she made it special. So that's pretty much all the eye color that I'm going to be doing. And actually, y'all, this is like my favorite when I do eyeshadow. These are some lashes that I got from Amazon, which I like to order my lashes from Amazon for me and my clients. I will link some down below, some of my favorite styles. But a lot of people have a hard time putting on lashes. So I'm going to show you how to do it in a way that hopefully you'll learn and be able to on your own. But this is the Duo Quick Set Lash Glue. So I like to double do mine. So I'm going to double seal it. I'm going to put a little bit on my lash line. You see how that's white? Okay. Then we are going to come back and we're going to put some on our actual lash. So it looks like that. And we're going to let it dry. Well, dry down, shall we say. But how you know that it's drying is kind of like how you see it's turning clear. That's how you know. Okay, so while we're kind of giving that a few minutes, I'm going to go ahead and prime my skin. So I'm going to tell you right now, hands down, I love the Nessa Myricks products. Nessa Myricks is another makeup artist, and she has her own cosmetic line now, and her products are Chef Kiss, and I love her face product. So first, we're going in with the Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum, and this is mattifying face serum. So we're going to go in with some of that first. You just press down on this thing up here. I'm going to put this on. Yeah, that candle smells divine. Okay. All right. So now it is lash time, and I hope y'all can hear me over the shower. My husband's showering. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to look down. Get this as close to my lash line as possible. And just press it on. So one thing that happens is when you do that double stick and that starts to dry first, when you get that lash close to it and you kind of just, I mean, gently sit it down, it's automatically going to stick and it's going to work every single time. That's why that's like one of my favorite methods. And then two, if you ever have a problem with not sticking your lash down close up to the lash line, try a little dark eyeshadow right there. If you're not good with like doing a wing liner, but if you're good with doing a wing liner, that will kind of help you keep that area dark. So when people look at you, they don't see they don't see your lid through the lashes. So that's just a little tip that I like to do. So then we're gonna do the other one on this side. Sit it down. It's always easier to sit it down in the middle first. Voila. Okay. Okay, so I have gone in with the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm in shade 9. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Skin Finish to help me blend all of this in. And I'm going to be using my Morphe 242 brush. Okay, friends, so I hope that overhead lighting is okay. I just realized that my light I had over here went out. So now that we have that all blended out, I'm going to be going in with my LYX contour stick in No Limits. And I really like this. I really like this because it is really, really creamy. All right, so now I'm going to blend this out. Okay, family, we had to change up our lighting a little bit, so I hope this lighting is still okay because my other lighting I had crashed on me. So the next thing that we're going to be going in with is our y'all, I done lost my mind. Next thing that we're going to be going in with is liquid blush or cream blush, and I'm going to be using the Danessa Myricks Golden Hour. This is the Yummy Skin. Yeah, like the Yummy Skin cream blush. Y'all, I cannot think. Does anybody else have to help their husbands get ready to go? Because, whew, honey. But he's gone now. He has a antique car. My husband actually has about 4 or 5. He is a avid car collector. Um, home decor is my thing, and cars are his thing. So we made the conscious decision: hey, your hobbies don't interfere with bills or family time or any of that. I'm okay. He's okay. And that goes for the both of us. So, yeah. So I love that cream blush because I use a lot of the e.l.f. too, but the Danessa Myricks, it just blends in so beautifully. Okay, so one of the last things we're going to do to pull the face together as far as the creams go, I'm going to take a concealer shade in Toffee, and this is the Born This Way concealer, and I like to reverse my I guess you could say my highlight. We're gonna get that on the bridge of my nose, and then up this way. You never want to extend it past your eye, because once you start blending, y'all, it's gonna go that way anyway, and then you're gonna have a lot of product that you're gonna be trying to blend backwards that you don't necessarily have to. And I'm just gonna take this here. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go in with my foundation brush. I'm gonna give this a few minutes to kind of settle down. I'm gonna go back in with my foundation brush, and then I'm going to blend all of this in. But just kind of going back to a little bit of chit chatting about me, I knew that I was different, or I guess I should say destined for a life of just, I don't know, because growing up, my mom used to get the Ebony Essence magazines. Jet, baby, she had a subscription to it. That's why when I did a spread last year, a campaign with Ebony Digital Magazine and Cricket Wireless, and a lady was like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Ebony Magazine. I'm like, ma'am, I grew up on Ebony. Okay, my mama had a basket full of those magazines. But when Little Kim and Mary J. Blige came out with the MAC campaigns for the Viva La Glam lipsticks, that is where it all started for me. I would cut those because they were like full page ads. I would cut those ads out, and they had like 4 or 5 of them, and I put them in a binder with like the clear protectors. Mary J. Blige and Lil Kim have always been like my style, just inspiration, even to this day, especially Mary J. Blige. But yes, that's where it started for me. And then I used to design clothes when I was a little girl. I love dolls, but designing clothes was always a thing for me. And not only like I traced out the body of this lady, and I would change her clothes, I would change her hair, but I would all freehand draw this stuff outside of her actual body. Like I would trace the body, but then I would come up with like all of her clothing that she would wear. And that is really where it started for me. And just since then, from that point on, I have been into fashion, and I say God gave me an eye. Okay, I say He gave me an eye. So I've always really had an eye for things um since that point in my life. Okay, so now, because honey, we have evened all of this out, I want to go in and kind of just um brighten up just a little bit. So I'm going to be going in with the One Size concealer, the Turn Up the Base concealer, and this is in the color medium dark. But yeah, just going to go in with that. But I'm only going to be doing this right under my eye, and we're not going to go far up under my eye, but right under my eye. And then a little bit down the nose. Yep. And that's just gonna kind of give us some brightness there. And I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna spray. And I'm gonna tell you, as a professional makeup artist, one of the best things that you can do throughout putting on your makeup is spray. Even if it's something like the Mario Badescu like rose water spray, just spraying helps keep everything blended. It also helps keep the powder, once we get to the powder part, from looking a whole lot like powder. Keeping your face dewy during the process really, really, really helps. Okay, so definitely keep that in mind. Okay, so now that we've given this a few minutes, we're gonna blend this out. And I'm taking a powder puff to blend this out. And then I like to bring that around my nose. Y'all, that candle smells so good. I think I already said it a couple of times. Okay. Yeah, that looks great. All right, so now we're going to start going in with our powders. I'm going to be using the One Size Rich Peach. And let's see. What else am I going to be using? I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Banana Bread. So I'm going to do Rich Peach under my jawline, but I'm going to use the banana bread right in the corners of my eyes. So my corners of my eyes and then like my nose area. Make sure when you're putting powder on, y'all, that y'all are pressing that powder in. And I'm gonna tell you right now, a little powder goes a long way. Sometimes your makeup is not coming out the way you want it to after your powder application, just simply because you've used too much powder. So I'm gonna go up the bridge of my nose. Okay. And so now we're going to be, I'm gonna put a little bit of this Rich Peach in my thing, in the lid part. But I want to bronze around my face first before I do the Rich Peach here, because for me, when you do the powder up under here, it really is just helping you clean up everything. So I'm going to bronze first. And I'm just taking this Juvia's Place palette. Well, you know what? Let me see. I do have the Mocha Mommy palette, the Fenty palette. I think I'm going to use this one. But I'm going to go light on this because Mocha Mommy has like a reddish undertone. And I've actually been going back and forth in between the Danessa Myricks blurring balm in the 9 and the 8.5, because today I did the 9. Now when I did my last video, I did the 8.5, and I thought kind of like in some areas it might have came off too light. So that's why I wanted to try the 9 today. And the only thing with the 9 is sometimes it could come off a little too red. So I don't know. We'll see. So far it's looking okay, but like this has a red kind of undertone to it, so definitely have to be careful because we don't want to be coming out looking like the Oompa Loompas. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of clean up around here with the rich peach. So we're gonna let that sit for a minute. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else I would like you guys to know about me? My middle son is autistic, and so therefore, every April, I'm gonna be talking about Light It Up Blue. I actually want to sit and do kind of like an interview with me and my son because he is graduating this year, and life is gonna look different for him. He is high functioning, but a part of his IEP plan, he's not necessarily graduating with a diploma. So we kind of have some other plans for him as far as what he is going to be doing after graduation, but just to kind of sit and talk with you guys about our experience and how it's been as far as just raising a child with autism up until this point. It has been a joy to have him, and that's actually how I got started doing makeup 19 years, no, about 18 years ago, almost 19 years ago, was because of him. So he was a preemie, and when I had him, it was a really, really stressful time in my life. And so I had him in September. I was not supposed to have him until November, and Kobe ended up coming early. And he was in the hospital from September to December 11th, exactly. And nobody really tells you what to do. Oh, and I'm sorry, you guys. I just took some of that same brown eyeshadow from up top, and I put it up under the bottom of my eyes, and I also lined my eyes with the MAC Feline eyeliner pencil. But nobody really tells you what to do when you come home without a baby. And so I actually just wanted something to make me feel better about myself. And that's how I got into doing makeup. I started doing it on myself. People started asking me, and literally it just went from there. But I know that God knew where I was going to be and what I was going to need. And He blessed me with my hands. There's really nothing else that I can say other than He blessed me with my hands. And me just being able to just sit and just take the time to just create, that unlocked so many just levels and things for me. But yeah, I started doing it because I came home without a baby. And yeah, I looked a fool in the beginning, but I tell anybody, practice makes perfect. And if you take the time to learn how to do something, you can learn it. You just have to practice. It still trips me out when people say I'm a pro, because or when people just ask me to do their makeup, because I never saw me here. But that's God moving. Okay, so I'm going to be going in with the NW50, and this is a Studio Powder Plus Foundation powder to clean up this around here and help blend that all together. Okay, and then I'm gonna take NW45, same brand, same kind, and I'm just gonna be wiping from under my eyes. Okay, so now I'm going to give this a good spray. When I say good, I do mean good, okay? Okay, give that a good spray. And I have this NARS Orgasm Blush. No, Orgasm is the Orgasm Rush blush. I'm gonna put on just a teeny bit of this because again, this is kind of like, I don't know, a little reddy tone, and I don't want to come off looking too red. That is not what we want. So what do I have coming up on the channel? So we're gonna start our fall content coming up next, and I'm excited about that. And then I keep mentioning this Christmas store that I'm going to in October. Y'all, I am so excited about going to this store. It's Guess and Company. They do the VIP nights, and I got some of my friends, my mom, and one of my sisters are gonna meet me there. It's about 4.5 hours from here, but I'm really excited to go and see Mr. Guess, honey, because I have been waiting on this. Also, another thing I'm gonna do is go in with this Fit Me powder in 330 toffee, and just to add, just kick it up just a little bit. Look, just a little bit, just a little bit. And this is just me. You don't have to do this part, but it's really just a brightener. It's an under eye brightener powder. Yep. Yeah, so this side doesn't have any color on it, but I'm just pressing everything in. Okay. Right. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this Danessa Myrix. This is the Yummy Skin. This is kind of like a highlight, and this color is in Incognito. And I really just want to go down the center of my nose. Again, I'm not really sure what I'm wearing. So I'm gonna keep the lips kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say neutral, but I'm gonna keep the lips kind of on the nude side. So the first thing that I'm going in with is the lip liner by Morphe and Trendsetter. Years ago, they had Trendsetter and Vibes. They re-released Trendsetter. I'm gonna need them to re-release Vibes too, because we need Vibes as well, which I hate when like makeup brands, they have a great thing and then they like take it away. I hate when they do that. Let's see. So because I'm not really sure what dress I'm putting on, I'm just gonna do some of this Ruby Kisses, because honey, yes, I do get stuff from the beauty supply store. This is Ruby Kisses in Dunes. um blend it together, and then I'm gonna top it with some of this Revolution Pout Bomb. It's supposed to be a plumping lip gloss. The color is in Candy, and it's just like a pretty pinky nude color. Okay. Then I know y'all be like, makeup artists are always slathering and all. I'm gonna take some of just my Fenty Universal lip gloss and kind of just go around the outside. And this is going to help blend it all together, baby, and give me a nice juicy look, okay? Because we're going to a wedding. Finish everything off. I'm going in with my L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist. This is going to keep me good for the rest of the night. Okay? Don't be shy. We're just going to kind of give it some nice little press. And then, okay, you guys. Let me fill this in a little bit more because sometimes some of it gets wiped off. Okay. So I would not be all the way prepared for this wedding if I did not share with you guys my starter pack. So I have already showered and I wiped down in some personal areas with some witch hazel. I am going to be using some whole body deodorant as well. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm really not a fan of whole body deodorants because they all kind of have that funky smell to it, but this is gonna kind of be going down below, so I should be okay. This is absolutely my favorite deodorant when I'm gonna be outside. The pressure's gonna be on, baby, just in case I'm get a little warm. Love this deodorant. It's like $3 and it works great. For my scent for tonight, because girl tip, okay, you have to layer on if you want that smell to be smelling. So I am going to be going in with the Fenty Beauty Butter Dropped in the Salted Caramel, and then I'm also going to be layering it with the Caramel Queens by the Ellis Brooklyn line. So this is what I'm going to be layering up with, and then also kind of like under my boob area. Yeah, I'm one of those girls, honey. We're going to be using a little bit of powder. So let me show you guys the powder that I use. The powder that I use is this right here. It is the Happy Curves Tropical Oasis, and I just put that in my thigh area under my boobs, baby, kind of help with that sweat. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my look, and then I will come back and show you what I look like before I walk out the door.
Here we go.
Money, money, making crap for money, money, and money, money, making crap for money, money, yeah. 当他们都在说有钱才能做自我，掉入消费主义陷阱，花钱不思索，被市场的艺术品夺得我快数不清，有垃圾点缀的歌我简直都不。